Welcome to the overview video for the subject planning tool in religious education. This tool was developed to assist subject teachers in planning for pupils following the Level 2 learning programs curriculum within the Level 3 mainstream class in RE. The Level 2 program guidelines and the RE specifications and assessment guidelines both incorporate elements of planning, success criteria, feedback, assessment, and reporting. On screen in this section of the Level 2 Learning Programme Guidelines, you'll find an excerpt from page 34 and an example of a priority learning unit. Regarding assessment, this example includes the priority learning unit numeracy, the element, which is using a calculator, and the learning outcome, to find and use a calculator and a mobile phone to work out how much several items will cost on a shopping trip. A success criteria should be stipulated prior to the assessment in order to accurately assess if the learning outcome has been achieved. The skills which require additional practice should be noted, and this should help inform the feedback given to the student and incorporated into future planning. The name of the person who recorded the evidence should also be noted on the evidence collected, and this should also be recorded elsewhere. This assessment may be used to direct future learning and assessment. Now to the new planning template that can support teachers in planning. This tool further develops the assessment sheet in the Level 2 Learning Programme Guidelines. The template hopes to bridge the Level 2 Learning Programme and the Level 3 subject of RE. This is an example of how the PLUs from the L2LP can be engaged within the mainstream class of RE. The resource we're going to use is one that was developed in conjunction with the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland and also with the Junior Cycle English team. As previously stated, this tool is developed for the mainstream RE classroom. In this template planning tool, there is adequate space to include all the requisite details at the top of the template. Our subject of RE has specific hyperlinks to helpful planning documents, both the RE L2LP links document and the RE Learning Outcomes poster. There is also a drop-down menu where you can choose the learning outcomes for the unit of learning your students will be engaging with. On the right-hand side of the template, you will find the L2LP outcomes and hyperlink. This link will bring you directly to the learning outcomes. You can then choose the Level 2 Learning Programme learning outcomes that your student will be engaging with in the RE class in the drop-down menu provided. So let's see an example of this in action. On the left-hand side of the template, we have a unit of learning based on values and the personal search for meaning. We will be using the Between Land and Sea resource to explore this further. We can see that the learning outcomes are both for those engaged with the RE specification and also the Level 2 priority learning units. The students may engage in some of the learning activities in the Between Land and Sea resource. They may examine some of the learning activities and also some of the videos that accompany these activities. In this section below, you will find space to type in the activity and the description and the assessment opportunities, success criteria, evidence of learning, and also the observations and feedback for next steps. Hopefully, this tool will allow for a systematic approach to planning for your students participating in the L2LP program and within the mainstream RE class. This document can then be shared online through G Drive.